Hello, this is John, the Armchair Technician, and in this video we're going to watch me clean out my workshop. This is one of my goals for 2020, is to get my workshop in order, and I started around Christmas break. I could say I spent 2 weeks working on it altogether, and I did, but really I spent about 30, maybe 45 minutes a day. Some days I didn't even go out there at all, especially on actual Christmas Day and some of the weekends. But it was a very daunting task. I didn't really want to do it, and there's just so much in there. Here it's about halfway done, and but I did learn once I really put myself into it. Put my gloves on and just got to work. It moved along a lot quicker. This is kind of halfway through. I've gotten the shelves moved from the back wall to the right wall. On the other side of the right wall is my office, which is climate controlled. And when I had that done, I sized it for both sides of the room. The goal here is once I get it cleaned out, the back wall and the wall on the left are going to get framed in and insulated, which means I'll have to take that workbench down and have everything cleaned out. And then it'll be a really good seal, and then I'm going to open up like a small hole, like a window between my office and the workshop. We'll probably put a box fan in there and maybe some shutters or some sliding partitions to separate it. That back wall, the shelves are going to end up back there at the end, and the wall on the left is going to get a new workbench for a miter station, and I'll have a drill press and a bandsaw on carts. And the right wall, where those shelves are currently, we're going to go outside now, but that right wall where the shelves were is just going to have stuff mounted, like pegboard and French cleats, and the tools be visible there. This here is my golf cart that I've kind of rigged up, got over the summer, and spent some time working on. I do have another video on that, which I'll try, if I remember, I'll link to, where I actually was putting that together. And if you look at this wall here under the workbench, you can see the original rock foundation, and it sticks out at the widest point almost 10 inches, and then it kind of slopes downhill, and it's like maybe 6 inches across. You're going to have to build a stub wall up to that and over, and the workbench is going to sit on that. This here is a paint box, that red wooden box on the side there. It had paint when moved in almost 10 years ago, and a lot of the paint is probably bad sitting out here non-climate controlled. But we are going to take that into the basement. There's also some motor oil and stuff too we're going to get rid of. But yeah, the box itself is coming out. And one neat thing I learned when I took this out is that red post going up there, which I thought was a support beam, you'll see here when I take it out, it was loose. It turns out it wasn't holding anything at all. But that box came off with just 2 nails. And we'll see here how loose the post was. Just kind of hanging there. And the bottom was a little dry rotted. And it came out with very little effort, except for the red primer paint that was dry on there. This is that ductwork with the asbestos. Been living with it for 10 years. I've read up on all the steps it takes to actually get rid of that, and I've talked to some of the abatement companies. And a homeowner can do themselves, but you do have to wear a lot of protective gear, and the best way to do it, and I'm not even going to show it on camera, I do have some video of it, I might show some steps in part 2, is to get it wet so it doesn't get dusty. But that is essentially part 1 of cleaning out the workshop. I'll have part 2 here soon, and then the next step is getting everything ready. So thanks for watching.